Is it recording now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a film analysis and it's Last Train by David Schofield. It's introduced with just a black background with white font, just saying the producing, and it cuts to a close-up of two people's hands. It looks like a couple, but obviously you don't know it's just the hands, but it like suggests tension or a relationship. And it's diegetic sound of like a train announcement, so it sets the scene of where they are.
And then the dark atmosphere of the setting that kind of opens the sequence of the film conveys a sense of
Gloom.
A gloom, yeah.
Maybe even danger.
Yeah, and maybe because obviously we don't know the relationship between the couple in the film as yet. Maybe depicts a sense of mystery as well as to what they're kind of doing there together.
The male character has like a light shining like above him, like it might say that he's like authority, as he was also walking in front of the girl as well.
And I think that the fact that the setting is in an open train station shows that the couple are kind of vulnerable, and that becomes clearer later on that in fact they are quite vulnerable.
You see like a group of stereotypical teenagers in tracksuits and hoodies walking towards them.
Being quite rowdy, and then you see the couple, the male character is quite threatened by this in his facial expressions. They become quite worried.
And you hear them all like talking over him, maybe to show that like he can't hear his own thoughts, like he's so nervous around him.
Yeah.
They're like blurred out, like over the shoulder kind of shot. You can see half of the male character's face in the light and the rest in the dark.
Yeah, kind of implying that he's trying not to think about it and notice them, but they're being kind of, he is noticing them.
They're in the background of his head, like he's thinking of them, what they're doing.
He looks over. I think the use of the clock is significant as well, as maybe it kind of adds tension as to countdown, as to maybe something that's going to happen to this couple. And because the couple are separated, he's not comfortable until they're kind of together.
They're back together, yeah. You see a mid-shot of him standing by himself in the train station. Maybe he feels isolated or scared.
And lonely, kind of thing.
And a close-up of his face expressions. Like rubbing his face shows anxiety. It's a long close-up of his face to show the importance of how he's feeling, the emotions.
And it lets the audience into his mind and kind of help him understand the kind of emotions that he's going through. So now it's an over the shoulder shot of him and the woman that he's with.
He's sitting down and she's walking, maybe to show a switch of like power, like now she's in power and you see him running after her, which helps also suggest that. And
the lighting also suggests that she was in an area of high light and he was in a dim light. Now they're walking down the steps towards the platform.
The whole film has got really dark lighting, so it does really sense that.
And now we get an over the shoulder shot of him looking at the group of views they found earlier.
It focuses in on him and loses focus of the other people.
And again suggests that he's worried about them and it's kind of affecting him. We then see the woman that he's with walk off. The body language that both of them are kind of conveying suggests that they've had some sort of disagreement kind of thing.
It now shows a bunch of teenagers you see again.
Yeah, jump cutting from teenager to teenager.
See them shouting like oi oi to the girl to show that they are like interrogating her.
And it's a typical stereotype of young teenage
something
boys.
Something they'd say to a young girl. Again, you see a close-up of the male character's face, show that he is nervous, like thinking about his environment and what's going on. And he jump cuts to the teenagers like every now and then to like update you on what they're doing and what his reaction is on his face.
we just jump cut from the couple to a view of the teenager who had kind of a cynical look about his face, which again is suggesting that something's going to kind of happen between these two different groups of people.
Another close-up of him looking down.
And he's kind of noticing that he's staring at him.
He looks up.
A
like
point
his
of view
eyes.
shot. He's using a point of view shot and an over-the-shoulder shot to establish to the audience that they're both the group, that the youth in question and the male and the other couple are kind of staring at each other, suggesting tension between both of them.
The teenagers are like really rowdy, like to show the rough environment, playing music through their phones.
But again, it's playing up to the stereotype of typical teenager youth.
When they walk past him, it shows like his shadow, show that he's like overwhelming the male character.
And again, he's kind of engaging in kind of a rap, which again is playing up to the stereotype of typical teenagers.
Another close-up of the character looking at them.
He's becoming more and more affected by the group of views.
Behaviour.
Yeah.
The sound silences out, show that maybe
he's becoming more muffled, and it's maybe implying that he's kind of getting again more worried and kind of thing.
you see him walk off, rubbing his head, showing that he's stressed now.
Stressed. Maybe showing that the urgency that he wants the train to get there and so he can get out of that environment. Again, the sound is quite muted, which allows the audience to focus on what's actually happening in the scene rather than the sound.
Most of the shots so far have all been close-ups.
Now we can hear a sound of a high-pitched kind of a high-pitched sound, which is implying that it's in his head.
Everything's been blanked out.
Yeah.
Just got your own way.
You just see him looking down at the girl, shouting at her, shows authority over her.
And a violent outburst as well, which maybe is a result of all the stress and the worry that he's been under.
And now you see one of the teenagers and the male character exchanging looks that show they're not happy with each other. The male character's eyes are watering, nervous, his face is red.
There's a grimace on the youth as well, suggests he's angry.
The way he walks away, and the male character, you can tell he's going to be relieved that he hasn't done anything.
He looks back as well, the youth walking off.
He looks out of breath, like he's heavy breathing, nervous. The couple just walk off, probably glad that nothing's happened to them.
And then we jump cut to
another close-up
of the, which he appears to be on maybe appears to be on a train now, because we see
lights passing his face,
which just suggests that he's on the train moving.
Again, it's still got dark lighting though, which again just suggests that the atmosphere is dark and dangerous.
And then we see the woman kind of tentatively moving towards the male couple, the male person she's with hand, suggesting that she's trying to calm him down, as she's noticing that he's stressed, and he's kind of thinking about things, and she's trying to calm him down.
He's not looking at her to show that he's got other things in his mind.
Yeah, and he's looking at the window, which again is implying that he's thinking about stuff.
And then it just jump cuts to the credits, which are presented in the same way that the beginning is.
And it's a kind of silent credit. It doesn't come up with a kind of song or a theme tune. It's kind of silent to allow the audience to reflect on what's happened and make their own mind up about the kind of feelings that the couple and the youth were going through.
And the events of the film.
Mm-hmm.